watching this video, you're not gonna learn how to code watching tutorial videos. It's funny, but it's the truth. Now, I know most of you will be thinking, okay, you're telling us you're not going to learn how to code watching tutorial videos, but why are you making tutorial videos? Well, to put it more succinctly, you're not going to learn how to code just by following tutorial videos. And I know most beginners make that very mistake. And that's why today's topic is going to be escaping tutorial hell. I got this term tutorial here from Kazi from Clever Programmer. Great guy, great video. Um, Watching his video on tutorial here, I was able to relate with what Kazi was saying about newbies being stuck in tutorial here. Because truthfully, I have also been there. I've been in a scenario, and what we mean by tutorial here is you have newbies wanting to learn how to code, whether it's learning a programming language or just learning web development, and they keep watching tutorial after tutorial after tutorial without actually building any real world app or solving any real world problems with the knowledge they have. So you see, chances are, if you're not new to coding and you're watching my video, this is not the first course you're taking. This is not the first course. And if you don't understand how to problem solve as a programmer, you're not really going to be making much progress in your career. You're going to be stuck watching tutorial after tutorial after tutorial after tutorial, and the cycle keeps continuing. You're not going to be making a lot of forward progress as a programmer. You're going to be stuck in that more like a circle. To let me illustrate what I briefly mean. Tutorial here is more like this. You're going around in circles and circles and circles and circles. You learn one programming language, you learn another, and you just keep mixing things up. All right, you keep mixing things up. Maybe you get tired of following this tutorial, you pick another tutorial video, and you just keep going around in that same circle. I've been there. For the greatest amount of my time, I was stuck completing one build after another build, and somehow I could feel it inside that I wasn't really making much forward progress because I did not really have any solid evidence I could present that I was a programmer. Okay, I was good at following tutorial videos. I could complete the segments and the projects, but I could not really do much on my own. And I found that most newbies tend to face something similar. They keep going around in circles and circles. And what you want to do in your career as a programmer is you want to go in a straight line. Okay, um let's say for example you're coding, you want to be able to move from A to Z. Let's say, okay, this horizontal line is your learning, let's take a graph like this. Okay, and let's say this is your learning curve. All right, let's say this is L for learn and time for T. So let's say this is your don't be scared about any graph. I'm just using this to illustrate your learning curve. So what you want to do is you want to be able to go from 0 and up and forward, make that forward progress in a straight line or a straight curve. You want to be able to do this. Okay, but what most newbies faces is much like an irregular learning curve. You start from here, you're learning a code, you're learning a build, you get, then suddenly let's say you're learning JavaScript. you jump and you start learning React. Then next month you pick another, maybe Next.js. Then you start learning Vanilla JS. Okay, and the learning, the learning is not structured. You don't have a structured learning. You're just taking course after course, and sometimes taking too many courses at the same time, even on the same subject, even on HTML and CSS, may confuse you, may not build in you what you need as a programmer. Because what you need as a programmer is a direct focus on a particular course and mastery over the course before you're going to the next one. So in some instances, in some scenario, you're learning HTML and CSS, so you're going, then you jump to JavaScript, and you start learning JavaScript, then you're going and going, then you start learning maybe Next.js. You go and you go, and by the time you come back to HTML and CSS, you've forgotten most of it. So now you're making backward progress. Maybe you start learning HTML and CSS from here again, because you've forgotten most of what you learned from here to here. All right, so you need a structured learning. You need a way to be able to focus and think. And even if you're going to be learning just a particular programming language, let's take for example JavaScript, or you are just learning to code your HTML and CSS, you want to be able to apply the knowledge you're getting from that particular course, and that is what separates the real developers from those that are just forever stuck in tutorial hell, uh, paying for course after course without actually getting results. So you want to be able to actually problem solve. If you learn if and else statements, you can build a game from it. When I was learning HTML and CSS, sometimes I was creating my own side project from the course, and sometimes I even went further to apply things that had not been taught in the course because I was researching, and I was able to problem solve most of the things I was doing. And funny enough, ahead of the tutorial, I started seeing some of those things that I was applying to my own side project aside the tutorial. You have to be able to sit down and think and focus. Okay, and if you're gonna immerse yourself in coding, I believe problem solving is the biggest step, because if you really sit down to think about why programmers do what they do, is basically just to problem solve. Either you're automating stuff, or you're creating content, or you're analyzing data and making data available. Whatever stuff you're doing as a programmer, building an app or a software that maybe connects people or anything, you're solving a particular problem, or building a marketplace where buyers and sellers can come and meet. Whatever stuff you're doing, so starting small from your projects, starting to solve those small problems, will get you more exposed and will build in you that critical thinking to be able to problem solve. You're not going to be able to move from A to B if you cannot problem solve as a programmer. You're going to be stuck. You are going to be stuck for a long time. Sorry for my ugly handwriting, but you're going to be very much stuck, and you're going to be among the 10,000, the 100,000 newbies that keep trying to learn programming without much success. So please understand this. You have to be able to sit down and think. You have to be able to sit down and think and focus and actually solve problems. Take a problem, break it down into simple steps, buy a whiteboard and a marker. It is very important. Draw your algorithm, draw a step-by-step process you feel can solve that problem. Then your tutorial videos are to help you get familiar with the syntax, and not just the syntax, the way to use a particular language to do certain things. Problem solving with that language is left to you. Applying that knowledge is left to you. Tutorial videos are not going to teach you how to problem solve, except for this one that will expose you to problem solving. You actually need to problem solve by yourself. You get there. Yeah, there are platforms like code fights. Yeah, code fights that you can go on and solve problems there. You need to train your mind to be able to problem solve, and the only way you can actually train your mind to problem solve is by problem solving. Either you go online, like, or you can go on code fights or hacker rank, and you know take the problems there, start from the easy ones and start solving them step by step, to expose your mind, to expose yourself to problem solving, to give you that bearing so that you can get used to it. Because trust me, in your career in the long run, it's going to matter. When you are going for that job and they give you a job and they say, okay, turn this to this, or make this more like this, or turn this blogging site into a video site, you are not gonna be able to do that if you just keep following tutorial videos without understanding how to apply what you're learning. You gotta be able to think and be able to break down each of these problems step by step and create a solution for it. And that's just what programming is about. That's what you do as a programmer. Okay, so in this course, I actually suffered a lot from this until I met my mentor, Keijo. He's from Italy. We met online. He designed this group butler on Telegram, very popular bot, and we got talking, and um Keijo has been someone that has been in the tech world even before the internet, so he is very much experienced. I was just very, very lucky to have him as a mentor, and he exposed me to a lot of things. For instance, I don't think you're going to be a great programmer if you can't code at least 5 hours a day. That's the truth. Programming is more of commitment than mental capacity, so to speak. Your average intelligence guy will code better if he spends more time actually coding, actually writing programs, actually problem solving, and not just following tutorial videos, actually sitting down and thinking of real world problems and applying code to solve those real world problems. You're going to make it far in your career, much farther than someone who doesn't. What will take you maybe 5 years, 5 years to learn, will take somebody that problem solve maybe 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 months, because they are constantly developing their brain to be able to think outside the box. You're not going to be the same. You're not going to be the same. So please, 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 and please, this is a very important aspect, and that is why you need a coach and a mentor. I know there are a lot of free online resources for you to watch and everything, but at the end of the day, you need somebody to be able to guide you. I wasn't able to make much forward progress in my career till I met Kejo, and Kejo gave me a structured learning of how I should move from A to B and from B to C and the rest. I took web development as a hobby because I was actually more focused on penetration testing and Python development. Web development is more of a side skill for me, and I found that even no knowledge in life is wasted, because even when it comes to penetration testing, at least you need some knowledge of the web to be able to secure systems. You get, to be a good cyber security researcher, You also need to understand how the internet works and how computers communicate and the rest. But I digress. This video is meant to bring to your awareness that even if you follow my tutorial videos or some other person tutorial video, you're not gonna make much progress if you don't put in mind that you actually have to be able to apply what I'm teaching to solve real world problems. Okay, and that's why I'm going to be giving a lot of exercises. I'm going to be bringing a lot of real world problems to students so that they can be exposed to problem solving, as because trust me, it's gonna be fun when you can actually bring something new to the table and you know that this was created by you, this was solved by you. It's going to be more fun coding. You're going to have more excitement coding when you can actually do stuff with the code you're learning by yourself. You're actually going to feel yourself progress. You're actually going to feel yourself move from A to B. You're going to feel the progress and you're going to know that yes, you are actually making that forward progress, upward and forward. Okay, so that's majorly what I have to say, guys. You have to make that forward progress. Don't make slow progress. Don't code 2 hours a day and make that small progress and feel that, oh, you've coded and the rest, and maybe the next day you forget to code, and the next. No, this requires a high level of commitment and also a high level of hard work. If you're gonna learn a technical skill like programming, you cannot slack around. You can't play around. That's why it's technical. You cannot slack around. You have to put in the work because it pays. A high paying job demands a lot. Nothing in this life is for free. You've got to immerse yourself, have friends that are doing the stuff you're doing. Immerse yourself in the world of programming. Always listen to stuff about tech. You don't have to just follow online courses. Watch videos on Elon Musk. Watch videos on maybe how Bill Gates created Microsoft. Watch things that constantly inspire you and constantly build that fire in you, so that you get constantly excited and you have that energy to always put in the work and the hours just to make yourself better and better every day. So that's it, guys, for escaping tutorial hell. I'm hoping and I'm sure that most of you have benefited from this course. Trust me, this is going to be a priceless information you're getting. If I had gotten this earlier, I would be much farther than where I am today, but I still thank God I got this a bit early on in my career and I was able to move to the next step. So if you like this video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. I'll be producing more content and I will see you in the next video.